Hi, I'm a middle-aged man with an embarrassing problem. I get irrationally angry at a Swedish girl who wants to save the planet. Luckily, there's now a number I can call.
Hello, you've called the Greta Thunberg Helpline.
If you're a grown adult who needs to yell at a child for some reason, the Greta Thunberg Helpline is here to tolerate you.
She's just fueling needless anxiety. She's making the end of the world sound like it's the end of the world.
This whole charade's gone too far. Now I see she's speaking in front of a mock UN.
So that was the real UN.
So before you go full caps lock in an article comment section, let our expert counsellors assess your situation.
Sir, I just need to ask you some questions before we get started. Is your Twitter profile picture an egg?
Yeah, but I just don't have any good photos of my face.
We'll listen, no matter how ridiculous you sound.
Well, if she really is such a nice, sweet, caring Swedish girl, how come she can't help me assemble my Billy bookcase?
Yeah, but if she's so concerned about renewable energy, how come she doesn't wear one of those baseball caps with the solar panels and the fan on the front?
They said this Ladybird film was a comedy. Well, I didn't laugh once.
Sir, I think you're after the Greta Gerwig Helpline.
99% on Rotten Tomatoes. 99%.
I'll patch you through.
It's okay. We understand that children acting like adults can make adults act like children.
I think if I'm honest, I'm just jealous that she got a free cruise to America.
Oh, sir, she actually sailed there herself.
Well, I don't know why she gets to fist bump Obama when I've never gotten to.
Have you considered launching your own significant global movement?
But it's so much easier to shit on someone else's.
We shouldn't be listening to a child. We should be listening to an expert.
Oh, right. Well, do you want me to put you through to an expert? Hello?
The Greta Thunberg Helpline, because when it comes to climate change, we all know she's the real problem.
In a world gone mad, one man must attempt the impossible.
Hi, just wondering if you have any rapid antigen tests in stock. Hello?
From the people who brought you the bungled vaccine rollout comes a new crisis from director Scott Morrison.
Don't go out there. There are no rats, boy.
But the Prime Minister said the government's got some now.
Prime Minister said they'd secured them. That'll be squat.
He'll stop at nothing to find one.
So, you got any of that good? I'm looking to shove something up my nostrils ASAP. A little rat-a-tat-tat, you know what I'm saying?
Critics are calling this latest situation a show, utterly preventable, and Squid Game meets Chemist Warehouse.
You've got loads. Well, how much do they cost? Free? Great, where are you located? England?
ScoMo!
Rapid antigen test coming to a chemist near you, he says.
I thought I'd never find you. Good morning, you're watching the Not Today show, where we ask the big questions and our guests say, not today. I'm Mark Humphries.
And I'm about to be replaced by Carl Stefanovic.
Our top story again today is bushfires, and we're joined now by the government's non-spokesperson for climate change. Non-spokesperson, what do you have to say about the role climate change may have played in this disaster?
Not today, Mark.
Well, there you have it, not today.
Well, that's a shame. We were going to discuss the link between extreme weather events and climate change with our resident scientist on hand, Dr. Carl.
Well,
but as we've heard, mate, not today.
Yes, today is not a good time to look at the contributing factors to the events of today.
Yeah, some viewers may be wondering, if not today, when do we talk about this? And that's a good question.
But not one for today, unfortunately, because we've got the good people from Denial Direct with a great new product. What have we got here, Jono?
Thanks, guys. Morning, everyone. Now, with Christmas just around the corner, what do you get those government ministers who seem to have everything? Well, look no further with the latest product from Denial Direct. Question cancelling headphones. That's right. No longer do you have to struggle to fob off pesky questions about how your inaction has contributed to the hellish conditions we're currently experiencing. Just pop the headphones on and you'll turn even the loudest journalist into a quiet Australian. Merry Christmas, everyone. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jono. Now, we were hoping to give away $10,000 thanks to the Not Today Cash Koala.
But sorry, not today, folks. The Cash Koala is currently undergoing some breathing difficulties with the air quality at the moment.
And we'd love to get to the bottom of the cause of that poor air quality, but as you've heard, not today.
No, that's right. Well, that's all that we don't have time for today. Please do join us tomorrow where we'll not discuss all the same issues again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
G'day, g'day, and welcome to Wide World of Rorts.
And what a jam-packed summer of Rorts we've had. So let's get straight into it.
Indeed. Well, it was great to learn that the local shooters club in Wangaratta received that $36,000 grant from former Sports Minister Bridget McKenzie. And that's just fantastic news for members of that club, such as former Sports Minister Bridget McKenzie.
Well, she'd know better than anyone whether the club has merit, and those clay pigeons, they don't pay for themselves. Also in some fantastic news for the rowing club in Tony Abbott's electorate. They received $500,000.
Yeah. No, it was a real triumph over adversity there. The club triumphed over other clubs facing adversity.
Which is what Australian Rorts is all about.
Indeed. And I was particularly thrilled to see the rugby club in Adelaide that received $500,000 for new facilities, including women's change rooms, despite the rugby club having no women's team, which is fantastic because this now means that those imaginary female rugby players no longer have to get changed behind imaginary trees or in imaginary cars in full view of imaginary perverts.
They are a scourge, and I think you'd also agree that it's terrific to see the government, which for so long has argued in favour of merit-based approaches to cabinet ministries, completely abandoning the approach when it comes to awarding sports grants.
It's almost like they only use that argument when it comes to imaginary cabinet ministries for imaginary women.
Absolutely. Well, that is our final siren for today's Rorting Highlights. Here's a few messages from our partners.
I'm an elite Rortsman. When I need that extra bit of endurance to lift a particularly large novelty check, there's only one all-natural, all-placebo probiotic I trust, and it's not the one an independent body told me had the most merit. It's Slush Vitamins. Dig deeper with Slush.
When you're trying to speed up the rorting process by colour-coding your spreadsheets by political party, you can't afford any mistakes. Always use the Pantone Rorting Guidebook.
I always tell our customers the bigger the barrel, the more pork you can fit in there.
Extra large pork barrel, just $500,000 of taxpayers' money. If you find a cheaper way to win a marginal electorate, we'll beat it by 10%.
Barrel Warehouse.
Lower ministerial standards are just the beginning.
When a suspicious flying object was spotted in US airspace, there was only one pilot to call.
Why are they getting some old-timer back to teach us?
And who chooses the call sign Weasel?
Because Pop goes the Weasel.
He's the best. He's popped over 5,000 balloons and he's ruined over 100 gender reveal parties.
Take the shot, stick jockey, you gotta take the goddamn shot!
It's not going to be easy.
Oh no!
What is it?
We've just shot down the old men from Up.
And not everyone will make the team.
Unfortunately, we've had to make some hard cuts. Bulldozer, onions, you're first-class stick jockeys, but your services won't be required for this mission. As for the rest of you, well, it's time to celebrate. We pop hard, we play hard.
What's this meant to teach us?
I don't know, but I hate it.
But he'll get the job done.
A suspected spy balloon has been successfully shot down by a US fighter jet.
What can I say? You gotta hand it to those stick jockeys.
Top Gun. Pinprick. Tonight on Bunnings Security. Staff in Eltham are on high alert when a woman starts live streaming.
The fact that she's walking around the store without a mask on, filming herself shouting at employees, indicates to me that she might be a Karen.
I'm not going to be wearing a mask, and don't you cover my... Is that a camera? Don't you cover my face with pixels. Do not cover my face with pixels.
It's unclear why the woman does not want to wear a face mask, but apparently it has to do with something she read on the internet.
This is the 1948 Charter of Human Rights. I suggest you read it.
Unfortunately, it's clear her research has been a DIY job.
This is just a series of search results from Bing. There's no actual information here.
After a robust discussion, our Bunnings employee is able to secure a better outcome.
Yeah, we've managed to find her a place where ideas like hers are welcome. It's called The Today Show. We think she'll be really happy there.
Will I get to meet?
We'll get to meet Carl. Cash Cow I think is on 7, so he won't be there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the car park, another unmasked customer, Darren, appears not to be the sharpest tool in the timber aisle. He's refusing to leave the premises until he gets a sausage, even though the sausage sizzle is closed today.
When I brought my own bread, it's my human right to get a sausage.
Please, sir, you're not only endangering other customers, you're also filming in portrait mode.
Your rules don't apply to me because I'm a sovereign citizen.
What does that mean? You've got a membership card at Mitre 10? Please, sir, we need you to put a face mask on.
Well, then how will I be able to eat my sausage?
There are no sausages, sir.
Why not?
As for the Bunnings employee, he's had enough of dealing with customers who have a screw loose.
Where's my sausage? I'm here, invested in the power.
I tell you what, lowest prices may be just the beginning, but these people will be the end of me.
Onions on top! Onions on top!
Failure to comply may incur a $66,000 fine, 5 years imprisonment, or both. And send. Well, this ban on Australian citizens returning home from India sounds very reasonable.
Job well done, I say.
Come in.
Sir, we have a problem with the travel ban.
It's too lenient, isn't it?
It's Andrew Bolt.
Oh God, he's not stuck in India, is he?
Can we send him a private jet?
No, he's come out against the ban.
What?
Yes, it seems he considers the ban to be, racist.
Racist?
That's like Picasso coming out against f***ing cubes. What is it now?
It's Matt Canavan.
Oh no, he's not doing coal miner cosplay again, is he?
I thought Colicon was next month.
Yes.
He's against the travel ban.
Oh,
come on!
No, I feel a case of the Engadines coming on.
Oh, pull yourself together, man. Has anyone else come out against it?
Afraid so. Some serious concerns have been raised by the UN Human Rights Committee.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine. That's good. That's not a problem.
And cricketer Michael Slater.
Holy Christ! If we lose the cricketers, we lose the country.
That's right.
He says we have blood on our hands.
That's ridiculous. We're not being cruel, are we?
No, we're being cruel to be kind.
That's right. What's the kind part again?
Sir, I've got the draft design for that trophy you ordered.
Oh, not now. Has Warney said anything?
No, but there is a Daily Mail headline about him walking barefoot into an IGA to buy a Samboy chip.
Underrated chip.
Tomato, yummy.
Also, sir, we've got that advertising campaign you ordered.
Australia is almost COVID-free. So where the bloody hell do you think you're going? Returning citizens face fines and jail time.
It feels like it's missing something.
Empathy?
I was thinking milkshakes, but that's good too.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well, there is one more thing, but I'm not sure you're going to like it.
Come on, spit it out.
Well, there are suggestions from multiple respected legal minds that this ban could be
illegal.
Not worried about that.
Oh. 2020 is closing down and the vaccine is around the corner, which means everything 2020 must go. Face masks, hand sanitizer, whatever the this is, with any luck it's all going out the door. Digital thermometers, infrared thermometers, thermometers you stick up your arse. Take them off our hands because we simply don't want to ever see a thermometer again. Zoom meetings, Zoom drinks, Zoom weddings, Zoom backgrounds. Yes, some of them are quite creative and funny, but they can still off. We've just got no room for them in our warehouse or brain. We've got to get rid of them. Quarantinis, QAnon, Quibi.
Hang on, what was Quibi?
Exactly, but now you've interrupted my train of thought. There was another one that started with Q.
QR codes?
I don't know. I feel like QR codes have been really helpful and they've actually really come into their own this year. So that's why they can f*** off. Bread makers, pasta makers, mucking around with pangolins. You better believe we're not doing that again. Our warehouse is closing for deep cleaning and we're going to scrub all the 2020 off. So get it now while it lasts. Homeschooling, singing opera on your balcony, retreating to a cabin in the woods like the Unabomber and recording folk music. We'll have no room for any of this in 2021. Daily press conferences, crushes on chief medical officers, government apps that don't even work. We just need them out of our warehouse and our lives. Roadmaps to reopening, adjusting to the new normal. Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 4 restrictions. We simply must get rid of all of it. Plus, we're saying goodbye to 2020's most overused phrases. Unprecedented, in a year like no other, now more than ever, all of them stricken from the vocabulary. Say them next year and I'll wash your mouth out with bleach. That said, we are all in this together. Just kidding, that can f*** off too. The 2020 closing down sale, for a year never to be repeated. We f***ing hope. G'day, I'm Nationals MP Barabbas Loins, member for Offalseed and former Minister for Bushman's Hankies. I get my water from the same place I get my clothes, rivers, and yet some people have been criticising purchases I made while Water Minister. But anyone who thinks that $80 million is too much to pay for water should see how much they charge for Mount Franklin at the airport. Now there's a Royal Commission I could get behind. Seriously though, I did nothing wrong. Take it up with Penny Wong. Nevertheless, I was shocked by the report on the project, especially as I didn't realise that Waleed Ali is white now. I was hoping that I could keep this water deal under my hat, but it turns out that $50 million in profits to a Cayman Island-based entity is too big even for an Akubra. So, in the interest of transparency, I went on to ABC Radio National to clarify my position and also try to win a Call the Midwife DVD. I was unsuccessful in both.
Mr. Loins, were you convinced you were going to get value for money with this deal?
Value for money? With all due respect, my name's Barabbas Loins, not Bing Lee.
You were the minister at the time of the water buybacks. The buck stops with you, doesn't it?
Labour.
Mr. Loins, Mr. Loins.
Hang on, you can't invite me onto the program and then not let me finish.
Okay, go on.
Thank you. Labour. As you can tell by that soundbite, I really am a great retail politician, even though it would be better if I sometimes paid for things at wholesale prices. And no one knows that better than my constituents.
Barabbas, did you look into the origin of the water you bought?
No, the only origin I'm interested in is between the Maroons and the Blues.
Should you have looked into the origin?
Go the Maroons! So I think we can all agree this scandal is now water under the bridge. Yeehaw! Can I be Deputy Prime Minister again? Because no matter whether you support the Liberal Party, the National Party, or the Labor Party, you have to respect that I've always delivered for the bush, whether that bush is in Armidale, Tamworth, or the Cayman Islands. With me, regional and Caribbean Australia come first.
From the team who brought you The Killing Season comes another televised Labor Party therapy session.
I told Bill, you've got a problem with your policy platform. He said, what's the problem? I said, the problem is you've got one.
Bill wasn't running an election campaign. He was running a city to serve.
The definitive account of how Labor defied the odds and peed in the pool.
When did the wheels fall off? Probably when the public saw Bill's sunscreen application technique.
It's the first rule of politics. If you can't manage the banana boat, you can't manage the economy.
It was the election many considered unlosable.
As I watched the election results come in, I said to my wife, I hope this means they're going to stop using that clip of the birthday cake.
I mean, if it's just a cake from a cake shop that is not presently subject to sales tax, it will not attract the GST.
For f***'s sake.
And it's left the Labor Party with plenty to think about.
Indeed, there are a lot of things to be learned from this election. The most important of which is to have a name that rhymes with a number. My next run will be in 27, Kevin 27.
Plus the return of your favourites from the original Killing season, featuring even more curse words from Greg Combay.
You know, this.
And all new reenactments from Sam Dastiari.
What exactly do you need? Do you need me on the phone again? Because, you know, I've got a wider range than that. I just want to shine. Help, I'm trapped inside the Canberra bubble.
The Killing Season 2, The Shortening.
If we really want to find the way forward, go to your local bookstore and buy Volume 1 and Volume 2 of my autobiography. It'll put you to sleep no time.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have a one-bedroom, half-bathroom hellhole for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake, given this auction is taking place in an Australian capital city, this dilapidated rat shack will be sold today. Today's property has a beautiful living room bathed in natural light thanks to a generous hole in the ceiling and some stunning interiors with turn-of-the-century mould. You won't believe these colours, folks. It's like a mould aurora borealis. Do I hear $1 million? $1 million for this hovel from the hopeful first home buyer. Is there a property investor who wants to rip their heart out today? Of course there is. $1.1 million from the property investor there that already owns 3 apartments. Does the first home buyer want to use their first homeowner grant? Yes, they do. $1.2 million now, and the property investor immediately takes us to 1.3. Does the first home buyer want to dip into their super and themselves in the long run? Yes, they do. Up to 1.4 million now, and yes, the property investor takes us to 1.5. It's almost like these government incentives only serve to drive up house prices. $1.5 million, ladies and gentlemen, for the perfect family home. If you are a family of cockroaches, and simply a must buy for the master chefs among us, you'll never need to shop for mushrooms again, just yank them out of the crack in the ceiling. Now of course, half a bathroom doesn't sound that great, but as you can tell by the stench of this place, every room in this house is a bathroom. Do I hear 1.6 million from the politician who'll forget to list this property on their register of interest? Thank you, ma'am. I've just been informed that the median house price in this city has gone up 50k in the 2 minutes since this auction began. So do I hear 1.65? 1.65 from the kid who'll get an article written about him and the one trick that allowed him to buy 8 properties by the age of 23. TLDR, ladies and gentlemen, he lives in his parents' mailbox and he eats dirt. Do I have any more bids? Going once at a shit ton, twice at way beyond all reason, and we'll just wait a minute for the federal government to step in. Any changes to negative gearing? No changes to the systemic causes of this problem? Just some tinkering around the edges and a few meaningless platitudes about the value of home ownership, and sold! Congratulations everyone, we've just locked another family out of the housing market. That's good stuff. G'day. They say that travel broadens the mind, but if narrowing the mind is what you're after, then you can get a taste of 1930s Germany right here on St Kilda Beach. Whether you're travelling for business, pleasure or Nazis, senators can take an all-expenses-paid trip thanks to our friends, the Australian taxpayer.
Wait, I'm not paying for some Nazi Kentucky bullshit.
Parliamentary trips to Nazi rallies start at $0, but if you want to disgrace yourself in style, the taxpayer will upgrade you to business class for no extra charge. We'd recommend business class as it's really a working holiday. You'll be networking with the kinds of characters normally reserved for an episode of Louis Theroux. And unlike other right-wing rallies, you can leave the dog whistle at home. The only thing that's thinly veiled here are the seedlets. It's easy to lose yourself and any credibility you somehow still hold in a place like this. Plus, the friendly locals are always up for a chat. Cheers.
Sick Kyle.
Don't worry, while the locals might not appear friendly at first, you'll somehow find a way to defend them in no time.
There was decent Australian people who demonstrated their dislike for what the Australian government has done.
The only downside is a trip like this might not go down well with your constituency. But if you have a constituency of 19 people who were probably trying to draw a penis on the ballot but accidentally voted for you, then that doesn't matter, does it? So relax, put your feet up, one arm up, and let the Australian taxpayer take care of the rest.